Hey guys, I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that Surewinder is still selling amazing products. Some of you guys have been dragging your feet for whatever reason. If your shoulder hurts, do not waste time. Pull the trigger. I just bought 4 or 5 of them, and we had 2 guys out. You know how much it cost me to pay for 2 guys being out with bad shoulders? We just pulled the trigger and we said, listen, everybody's going to have one on a truck. It's mandatory. You got to use it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait till your guys go down. It's going to cost you more. Buy a Surewinder.
What is up, everyone? Ryan here, Torch Talk Podcast. I am excited about today's episode because we're going to cover a lot of ground in a very short period of time. Man, things are absolutely crazy. I am managing about 15 projects right now, and man, it's a lot. I apologize about not doing a podcast last week. It's just gotten to be a lot. But the race is on, and I am in like learning mode, which is good. We're also in building mode simultaneously, and speed is the name of the game. There are so many people right now working on AI technology, and no one's perfected anything just yet. I think there's a lot of cool applications and tools out in the wild, but I think it's only going to get better. But before we jump into that, I want to let you know that today's episode is going to be about my selection on field service management software and what I chose, why I chose it, and then we can go from there. But before we do, I've got a couple announcements. First and foremost, SEO. Listen, it's a crazy world out there in SEO. I'm just going to let you know. We're seeing more volume, less clicks in some areas. I think AI is taking over that, the AI overview that Google has produced. So I think the shift is already happened. I don't think that it's going to happen. I think that if you are doing SEO kind of the old school way, then you are probably going to suffer dramatically. One of the challenges that we're having is Google is using in the AI overview links back to their own search results, which is kind of weird. So it's really important that you're found in AI searches right now. So make sure that you are checking that. I like Perplexity. I like ChatGPT for numerous different reasons. Claude is another good one. Perplexity is going to give you probably the most updated information. ChatGPT is probably the most widely used, but we'll do, actually, that's probably a good podcast. I haven't done like an AI tools feature yet. It's been a while, so I'll probably do another one of those soon. But let's talk SEO. Google Business Profiles, I'm hearing left and right, are being shut down in the garage door business. It's funny though, because a lot of them I'm hearing are tied to a big marketing agency that handles a lot of Clopay dealers. Now, here's one thing I can tell you. There's a lot of agencies that haven't transitioned off of the old way that you used to manage Google Business Profiles. And that way was like tie an email address to all the managed profiles, right? So that you could log in and kind of select which one you want to work with. Well, Google rolled out like 2024-ish. I think, I don't know exactly when they rolled it out, but it's a agency account. So you have to be a marketing agency, but then you don't have a single email address tied to a bunch of accounts. And the reason that's important, and this is what I'm thinking has probably happened with this marketing agency, is that if one account gets flagged or the email gets flagged, what can happen is it can shut down all of the Google Business Profiles attached to that email. That could be dozens or hundreds, depending on the size of the marketing agency. So we were actually in the middle of moving over some when we got flagged. So I'm hearing that it's happening more and more. And with Google Business Profile being like 4 to 6 weeks right now on even addressing appeals, you better have your ducks in a row, make sure it's good. Seeing a lot of fluctuation right now in SEO organic. Service area pages and localized schema are now a must. If your marketing agency is not doing schema, this is like an old school thing. This has been going on for a very long time, but we still see a lot without it. Make sure that they are doing schema. This is basically on the back end, you're telling Google who and what you are and what you do and all the specifics to that, right? Business hours, whatever. Uh, Content needs to read similar to a human, but more importantly, it needs to be unique and helpful. Okay. So it's more important to be unique and helpful than it is to be human written, in my opinion, just based on the data that we've seen. Um, there have been some penalties for like overly obvious AI written, like junk copy. So if your marketing agency is just pumping out content left and right, I think you're probably getting punished or will be punished. It needs to be done a specific way. So lots of good stuff happening in SEO. We are on top of it at Markenuity, and we are learning and we are engaging and asking questions with market experts, and we are figuring it out. We've been in this AI thing for a couple years now, and like all of our heroes actually show up really well with AI for the most part. So, home services, AI and home services right now is booming. We're starting to see mass adoption. I'm also talking to a lot of developers who are building solutions for home services. And I'm going to tell you now, if you are a home service business owner, it is critical that you build databases, you build knowledge um, folders, basically. So record everything, record all your meetings, record all your conversations, like feed AI all the information because that's going to be super helpful when you go to build things. They can get the information out of that. So, what are some of the things that AI is doing in home services right now? You got lead qualification. So, an initial reach out immediately when the lead lands to qualify it and escalate it to a human. You got call tracking AI, which is you can either have AI answer the phone or you can have AI analyze phone calls. You can have AI give you data out of those calls. CRM follow ups. So let's say, for example, you do quotes or you're having a hard time getting a hold of somebody. Instead of having a human just constantly reaching out, you can actually set it to where AI is reaching out. Obviously, we've got the sales iPad recorder is very popular right now, where service guys are going into garages and or homes, depending on who you are listening to this. But they're going into homes, it's recording the conversation in states where it's important that only one person has to know about the recording. And they are able to record the conversation, break it down, and then coach the technician on areas of improvement. Love that. Love that. All right, garage door industry pulse. Listen, I think security is going to be a big deal. I think you guys should be paying attention to this. I love security shutters and grills. I think they're really important. I think you need to be in that if you're in the garage doors, especially on commercial. Uh, Check out security shutters, check out grills. I think those are really great options right now. If you're in the high end industry, Phantom screens is great. If you can do motorized screens, go find something. It's very disruptive to your normal business. So you might have to run it as like a separate department. Um, we installed our first bifold door and fairly simple. And so I feel like because we're focused in the high end market, bifold screens and garage doors kind of all fit together and do really well with our customer base. So if you are in that high end customer base, that's great. Let's see here. What's next? Let's talk about US markets and the condition of them. Demand is steady, but softening in some categories. We are seeing some great signs in the stock market, crypto. Um, I think commodities are just kind of in a weird place right now. So um, I don't know what to expect. I don't feel like we've ever been here before. This is kind of new territory. We're crushing it on the tariffs, and I think the e-brake method that Donald Trump took, where he's like, "Hey, we were going to bring a stop to this. We're going to do it now. It's not going to be easy." It's kind of the abrasive way to do it, but he probably wanted to have like 3 amazing years of great economy because who wouldn't? And so if you don't attack it with relentless effort, it's going to be really hard to have 3 years of great economy. We're already starting to see the fruits of his labor, and that's really exciting. So our government's making a lot of really good decisions right now. Um, and they came out with an iron fist, but they are softening a little bit with their relations on the trade agreement. So I do like the approach that he's taken right now with a lot of uncertainty and people just unsure. Make sure that you're offering financing to bigger deals and even smaller deals if you can, just to get larger tickets. Homeowners are still spending, but I think they're being more selective. So you want to make sure that you have everything in place, good reviews, you're responding to them properly. Like just overall, you got to have a really good experience. I think it'll help set you apart. If you don't have that experience, then expect not to be chosen. I think people are willing to spend a little extra money to the right company. At least that's what we're experiencing at the moment. So, a couple things that we're launching at Markenuity. We just launched Google Business Profile Management. We have 3 different packages. So, we're really excited about these. And one is as cheap as like less than 200 bucks. We basically manage the profile. If it goes down, we get it back up. We have a middle package that helps it grow and get better and get more reviews and rank better. And then we have this pro version that's like a Mac Daddy version, and we just dominate the market with it. And so we have those 3 packages that we just launched. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure you check us out at markenuity.com. Communications package is something that we're launching. Listen, this has been an issue for a very long time. I can't begin to tell you how frustrating it was for me when I started my business, having all these different places where leads come in, excuse me, and trying to manage those emails, text message, calls, Facebook, website leads. I mean, it's just a lot. Well, what if you could have all that into one place, very affordable with a call tracking number, call recording, shared inbox for your team, and then like version 2, we build in automated responses, smart lead qualifications, and faster replies using AI. So even can do AI phone stuff with that. So if that's something you're interested in, hit me up. We are going to be rolling that out into like a beta phase soon. We are testing it. It is in the wild right now with 1 or 2 people, and we're really excited about some of the results that we're seeing. So bear with us. We'll keep you posted on that. Hey guys, I found something that changed my business and I want to share it with you. We've created packages that have included some of the best products in our industry to offer our service customers. The heart of that package is Stealth Hardware Kit. Stealth Hardware is the quietest hinges on the market. I challenge you to buy at least one of these, test it for yourself. Put it on your truck and design a quiet performance package for your customers willing to pay for a better, smoother running door. Buy your Stealth Hardware Kit at Service Spring, do a search for Quiet Hinge, and then buy that. You can buy a double or single door, 7 or 8 foot tall, and promise you, it'll change your service forever.
Somer USA and Somer Group want to thank you for an incredible year and the trust you put in them and their products. As you know, Somer places high value on relationships, education, customer service, innovation, and professionalism. And they are grateful to you for your part in the fostering and dissemination of these values. If there is any way Somer can support you in your journey, whether through their products, the values they hold to, or the knowledge Somer has gained through interaction with door dealers across the world, please reach out to the team at your convenience. They are here to serve you. Again, thank you from the entire Somer team. Check them out at somerusa.com. Tell them Ryan sent you.
We are so close to being 100% done with our AI SEO copywriter. So all marketing agencies are going to have to adopt and change what they do. And I have tested so many different like AI copywriting tools, and I have professional top of class copywriters that have been, I mean, amazing for our business. And they know garage doors, they know grammar, they know English extremely well. They, like again, they went to school for writing degrees and graduated top of class. That's the only people we hire, and they're amazing. Now, the challenge that we have is it takes a massive amount of time to write information over and over again for all these websites. So we have developed an proprietary AI tool that is passing AI detectors at 100%. This is amazing. I have not seen one that's been able to do this, but it's a genius when it comes to garage doors and it's writing for AI. We're really excited about this. We're going to finish this up and then we're going to duplicate the process for other industries or that we manage. And this is why it's so important that you have a niche as a marketing agency because we don't have to build this out for like 50 different industries. We can build it out for just like five or six and then focus in those areas, which is really exciting for me. And so something that would normally take like an hour and a half, 2 hours to do it really well, we can now do it in about 5-10 minutes. And when it comes out, it's needing very little, if no, um, intervention from our writers, which is freaking crazy. Like when we first started this, it was so bad. And now we've got it honed in and it's excellent. So, super excited to be testing that. It's in alpha phase right now, and we will be rolling it out in the wild a little bit, creating content that we're going to post online and then track that to see how it does. Super, 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 super excited about it. Like you have no idea. All right, so let's dive into the things that are important. Goodbye, Service Titan. Hello, Acumatica or Field Pulse. Well, you guys have heard me sing the praises of Acumatica for sure. I have fallen in love with Acumatica. I think that the software functionality is really good. When we're looking at trying to choose a software that's going to work well, I think we need to choose a software that the foundation is financial. I still believe that. However, I did not choose Acumatica for one reason and one reason only. Well, two reasons actually. Number one, it's not ready for field. It's just, I think it will be soon, but it's not ready for the way that we do field service. So, for that reason, I felt like it would be too disruptive to our business to go to them. Now, Field Pulse definitely doesn't give us the things that we want that are in Acumatica. However, I think as Acumatica develops and grows, I think Field Pulse will be a great middleman for us. Field Pulse has some really cool technology and they've already implemented some AI stuff, which I really like. And so it's going to be, I think, somewhat of a seamless transition from Service Titan to Field Pulse. Now, is Field Pulse UI as clean and neat as Service Titan? Absolutely not. There is no software out there that's going to have as good of UI as Service Titan. That is like their bread and butter. The other thing that they have that most of these software really struggle with and being able to come up with a good solution for is that template better, good, better, best menu selling option. And Philpulse has some solutions to be able to overcome some of that, but it's not perfect and it's not even great, to be honest with you, but it's good enough. And when you are evaluating a software where you could save 60, $70,000 a year, good enough sometimes gets the job done. And when I'm boiling this down to is it friendly for the people booking calls? Is it friendly for the field guys that are doing the jobs? Yes, yes. Okay. Can we get the data out of it that we want? That I am not 100% sure that we're going to be able to get all the data that we want. However, they do have an API in and out, and someone who has developers like me, we can develop that out of the system, which Obviously, we would like to use one system for everything, but we've kind of started building an app and we can have it correspond back and forth. And I think with those two platforms, one acting is more like an engine, which is our software, and then this Field Pulse acting as the interface that our team's going to interact with is another one. And so I'm super excited to announce that we are going to be going with Field Pulse for our software for the very reason of I just think that the open API, the cost, Acumatica, they're asking for tons of money up front, and then it's still expensive monthly. Now, it's worth it, I do believe. Once they get the field service stuff taken care of and really figured out, it's worth it. Now, the other side of it is I think Field Pulse is good enough. It's going to save me a ton of money. And I think we're going to stick with Field Pulse for a year or two and then move to Acumatica. I think that's going to be the play. So, depending on where you're at as a business, if you're an early stage, like I think we all got to get over the fact that Service Titan is the pinnacle of all software. I think they do some very important things really well, but they don't appreciate you as a company or as a business or as a customer of theirs. They've kind of went to this like I think they gained so much market share. The only way they could make money is to try to bump us all up. So, number one, my hand got forced on an increase that they did, um, where they essentially told me that they're not going to really support the version that I'm on unless I sign up for this new package, right? Which was significantly more expensive, but I did have someone who helped walk me through trying to save some money, and she was very helpful. I guess this is who they send you to when you become frustrated or irate. She de escalates the situation and tries to do the best she can, but they are trying to do everything in their power just to squeeze everybody they've got for more money. And I honestly think that for the price point that they're at with their standard software, it should include everything that we need. I also don't like the way that they bill, which is per technician. It's definitely a value pricing software. They're pricing off of value, and that's great. But listen, I don't want to pad the pockets of rich freaking venture capital funds and investors that have invested into Service Titan. It's not an interest of mine. And I think that's just where they're at, right? Like they're going to continue to develop the product and very few things will probably be included. But when you own majority market share and you can't really go out and gain a bunch of market share somewhere else, and you don't want to like build your product from the ground up again, which I don't think they really need to. Fundamentally, I think there's some challenges that I'm really having a hard time understanding why or how some of these larger businesses are using them. Um, I just don't see the value. The value is not there for the price. So if you are on the smaller side and you're considering going to Service Titan, my advice would be don't. If you are in the mid size, it might be a good solution for you. I still don't think so. I think there are better solutions out there. And when you're talking the price differences between that software and others with some of these plug and play API type stuff and APIs and AI combined can do some pretty magical stuff. And my developers do not love working with the API with Service Titan. It's just not great. Um, I just don't, I think they don't want it to be great. I think they don't want um, their software to be plug and play with third parties because then that directly affects the sales of their additional packages that they want to sell, like all the pro products. So Long story short, I'm going to Field Pulse. We are developing our AI phones and hoping to launch them. The deadline was today. I'll let you know what I get. I think it's very complicated. Like, just to tell you, I mean, we have so many like if this then that type of scenarios where this tree just kind of keeps getting a little bit bigger. We're trying to simplify it and make it as easy as humanly possible, but there's a lot to it. So I'll let you guys know when we do launch it. It'll probably be next week, but I'm super excited to have this because we will be able to book calls at a really high rate, I think, as long as people are comfortable working with it. And that is the challenge. And I think the whole approach of how we address and answer the call will play a huge role in that. But we're going to notify our entire customer base that this is what we're doing and why we're doing it. And it's going to help us save some money so that we can pass that along to our heroes. So, long story short, thank you for following along on Torch Talk Podcast. I think I'm going to start preparing for an AI tools platform and really excited about the future, you guys. If you're not already training your staff on AI, you're not learning AI, you are already behind. I strongly suggest that you put a little bit of focus on this. Don't shift everything. Don't go down the rabbit trail, but just understand what I'm trying to explain to you. AI is being developed actively and being deployed in many different ways with your competitors that you will not be able to compete with. On that note, I'll see you next week.